It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Canes ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Handoff from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They reached a national championship game last year, couldn't quite get the job done. What challenges do you see them running into this year beyond the schedule?
And that motivated them all offseason. To be runner-ups, to watch somebody else celebrate and hold the trophy, and you were so close, Jesse. New additions, new faces, but this squad is hungry.
That's the key. This coaching staff really took a deep dive into their roster, and they isolated the positions that they felt they needed to get better at, and they addressed that in high school recruiting and the portal. I'm expecting big things from them this year.
He'll sneak it. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to throw, it's Carr. He's got his man. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today. One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Pocket breaking down. He's got him. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Fires to the tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Makes the grab down the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's back. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on third down, forcing the incompletion.
Uncorks it. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, did you see the D tackle just slice through the offensive line? That's how you get penetration. That's how you dial up the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Turning it on. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend-don't-break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They're having none of this running game down on the goal line.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to adjust the pattern. looking for a man. It's back. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got it in the middle. It's Bauman. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've got a first down here to open the period. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. The play action fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he
breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying.
Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the ground, it's Fletcher. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. To the air, it's back. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking to throw. Under fire. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Number 2.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Back to throw, it's back. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he had it, and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Finds the tight end. Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. He'll start this drive firing. That's caught. It's Fields. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Pressure coming. This one's complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
First and 10.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Rushes on him. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Might be changing the route. Power football with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
No gain on the play.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Notre Dame 31, Miami 0.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Fletcher. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. And it's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch at the 30. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Dropping back, it's Beck. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught on the outside, it's Fletcher.
Well, I love the body control there by the running back. He had to catch that right on the sideline, make sure he had his feet in bounds, try and pick up some positive yards.
They'll run play action. Throwing right. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They'll go to the air. They'll run the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
On the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Going to sling it on second down. Looking downfield. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And here's the third interception of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the... This drive will start at the 6-yard line. On the move, it's Love.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air, it's Carr. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
He might want another play. And the Canes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
Terrier. Set. Bang. Black 24. Black 24.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricane.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, but the lead is still big, down 31-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Moving away from pressure. Lets it fly. Got his man to the left. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Creates a little space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. They'll test the right side. Shakes off the defender. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Bob. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Miami.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
Now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Dropping back, it's back. Finds his big tight end. He's not going to get it in, and the lead will remain 18 as they were trying to make this a 2-possession game. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Oh, they're after him. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gets it out fast.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Finds his man. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
On the
Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Wants to keep it in the air. Trying to find the end zone.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to go up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll try it again from the one on second and goal. And they go for the sneak on second down, played very conservatively, and they may have to open it up if they want to score on this drive. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They weren't able to move them an inch on second down. Now it's third and goal. He'll go to the sneak. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's his 4th interception of the game. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Grabbed behind the line. It's locked. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Got a man. It's locked. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And they get the sack, but they knew it was a pass. You go nickel, you're bringing more speed on the field, more DBs. You let the pass rush eat. Everybody communicates, right? Like you understand by formation, by tendency, they're throwing the football. Nice job by the defense understanding what the offense was trying to do.